What am I doing on the internet? Just browsing. So I guess it's time to get started on the brows. So these are the two products. So obviously we've got the Signature Brow. And as this is the colour Blonde, I just kind of want to see what they're like when we open them up. It almost feels like there's nothing in the box, it's so light. And then we've got the Wet n Wild Ultimate Brow. There's one thing I really don't like about Wet n Wild. I'm gonna get some scissors and I'll be right back. These are the two products side by side. Obviously the Kat Von D packaging is amazing. Ooh, okay. How do you, okay, so you turn it up. There's no instructions. It must just be a turn. I can hear something turning inside. Okay, maybe let's have a look at the Wet n Wild one. Oh, okay, so the Wet n Wild one has a spoolie. That's why nothing happened. Let's just do a direct comparison of the spoolies and ignore my incredibly silly moment. So it looks like, to be honest with you, the bristles on this one are much finer and the shape looks good. This one, it's all the same length. These ones actually feel staggered in terms of like the bristles feel staggered in between. And this one, it's literally all just the same. It's shorter, but hopefully they'll both work. I've obviously done nothing to my brows right now. What these are like in comparison. Ooh. Okay, so I'm only gonna get a little bit up of each. And there is a definite size difference going on here. Wow, okay, so basically this one, the Kat Von D, the Signature one, looks like it would be much better for doing like those very, very fine brush strokes. And this one by Wet n Wild looks like it would be much better for doing, you know, like that kind of overall look. It's a much thicker tip. So I guess now it's time to just have a look, see how they both go. So this one I'll do with Kat Von D, and this one I will do with Wet n Wild, and let's see how they go. At least with this one, you actually know which end they go on because the lids are different sizes. So I kind of like that, so you don't go getting like heaps of product and stuff on the spoolie. So that's the Wet n Wild one. The lids are two different sizes. That's helpful. So Kat Von D brow. Let's just groom it first. And you can see just how sparse my brows really are. Now I'm not going to do my usual brow technique. I'm going to just go straight in with this and see what effect we can get. Now obviously you can see like the maximum amount of product that would be in here would come down to about here, I would say, in order for like the turning mechanism and stuff to get in here. Let's just see how far it goes. Oh my god, I'm actually genuinely really nervous right now. Okay, so that is how much product you get in Kat Von D. So I'd say that's like an inch. It's not very much, considering how much stuff my brows need. But anyway, let's just see how pigmented it is. So you can definitely get some very fine strokes with this, and that's amazing. The colour is spot on. So you can get some quite realistic looking hairs, like those look like my natural brows. Obviously just got to fill in all the gaps. Now because of the way that my brows grow, I can't just brush up and kind of be done with it. I do need to do the downward strokes. It's defined, it's natural looking. I do feel that if I used my Husk Brow Fibre Extend by Eye of Horus, it would have looked better. Okay, so it's them completely groomed. And now we better get started on this bad boy. But first I need my lemon water. let's try the cheap one. So this is what we are starting with. This spoolie kind of feels like using a toilet brush. It's nowhere near as soft, and obviously with the ends being like suddenly coming off at the end, it's not as good a feeling. I kind of just feel like I'm jabbing myself with a toilet brush, genuinely. So you can see like there are gaps in here. So let's just try it and cover those up. So let's see how much product this one has. It's more. So remember last time it wouldn't quite come up to there. This one covers more. Because I know you can go by the gram weight, but I'm a visual person. I'm almost not entirely sure of how to do this. Okay. Put a thick end at the bottom. It feels like I'm using a chisel marker. It genuinely feels like a chisel marker. I almost only want to use the pointy end. Okay, it's much harder to get control. These are some thick lines. I mean, the brows fill in faster. There is a colour difference though. You can see how different my brows really are. This is why I have to go outside the lines quite often. This one is much warmer. I'm not liking this. I mean, it kind of gives like a really solid look in comparison to being able to see like direct brush strokes. I was really hoping I'd like this one more because it's that much cheaper. It's just difficult. Maybe if I brushy them, we'll have a better result. One of these things is not like the other. Sorry, no Foo Fighters, it's too early, it's 6 in the morning. And I mean, like, I'm trying to get individual brow strokes to like fill this in, and I can't. Man, I really wanted to like the cheap option better. Okay, so this is how they look side by side. Very different. It looks so much better. So I'm gonna finish off the rest of my face and I'll be right back. Makeup's done. Okay, so this is the palest I've seen my brows since I don't have makeup on. It's quite interesting having to see them like this. And this is how it looks once they've settled in, once my makeup is all set and done and good to go. Let's just have a close-up look. So they look so natural. They look really, really natural in comparison to normal. This one is much warmer, and you can see like I almost feel like I need to get a darker shade to really fill in those gaps. The Wet n Wild one is much warmer than the Kat Von D one. It's almost like Kat Von D understands what like blonde is. Wet n Wild's just like, of course you're like a warm California blonde. No, I'm not. I'm icy. I'm freaking Elsa over here, okay? This one was so difficult to apply. This one, you can see like there's fine brush strokes going on in here. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go to work, and then I will come back at the end of the day and I will let you know like my final thoughts and see if anyone's made any comments. It's been strange looking at my brows being so light, but I will say this is a much cooler blonde shade, so I really appreciated that. And it hasn't moved all day. Neither of them have moved all day, which is great. And it's strange because I can touch them, whereas normally because I've got so much product on them, I can't. So if that's something to you, you just want something that's just gonna fill things in a little bit and look like it's natural, then this is for you. If you are like me and you're like, I like it caked on, might not work. So So I do really like this one. This is my favorite out of the two. I feel like just with how fine the tip is, you can really draw on those individual brow hairs. So I do believe that going forward, I'm going to do most of my brows using the ABH, you know, brow pomade. I feel like if I used the I Have Horus Husk Brow Fiber Extend, I'd just get a much more full look as opposed to patchy. This one, you can't see my patches, but on the Wet n Wild side, not only was the gingeriness of this annoying me like anything, but also it, like, you can see, like, you can so blatantly tell all of those patches, and I'm like, my sanity is patchy enough. I need my brows to be like on, okay? I need the illusion to not be shattered. So yeah, I mean, I will still use this one. Say on days that I'm not filming or whatever else. I will use this if I just want to like do like a light job, but other than that, it's just not my favorite. The spool is not that great. This is too thick with 2 C's. I mean, like, it's way too thick. I can't. It's too thick. Girl, you need to just stop squatting. I wish that there was more product. Like, I don't know exactly how much product I used today, but when I do my next empties video, hopefully in a long time, I will like give you my final thoughts on it. Also, let me know if you like empties videos. I find them very useful because it's kind of giving like the end of life product review, you know? So I really like that. Comparing the Wet n Wild to the Kat Von D, I mean, obviously this is, I don't know how many times more expensive than this one. So I'm not surprised this one performed better, but it just did. Like, it's the clear winner. You can see how much better that looks. Granted, I know, I have problematic brows. So if you want to have like a more natural look, this is a great way to achieve it. Whereas this one, it was so chunky, and like it does deposit a good amount of color. That's a good thing about it. But it's like you can see just how uneven everything is, and it's just, I wanted to like this so badly because I love so much other Wet n Wild stuff. As you know, if you follow me on Instagram or anything, or any of my other videos, you'll see how much Wet n Wild I actually feature, because I believe it's a great drugstore brand and they've got some amazing options. This one, if they tweaked some parts of it, i.e. made this damn thing skinnier, I mean, just, it's too thick. It's too much. I mean, whose brow hairs are that thick? I mean, come on. It's like, that is thicker than my ring of diamonds around my ring. I'm getting myself worked up. Winner, definitely. And would I purchase again? That's the real question. I actually think that I would, because I do like the way it gets such a nice fine like line, especially through like the brow hairs. You're meant to really be able to tell. I still like the more blocked out brow look, especially because I wear very, very, very bold makeup. So I just like being able to do some fine brows. But yeah, I hope you lovelies enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye, have a lovely week.